Kentucky, where tonight, live on UFC Fight Pass, M1 Global USA, and C4 Fighting Championships present an evening of mixed martial arts action. So now, let's welcome our first fighter to the ring, Clarence Brown. 4 fights for Clarence Brown in his pro MMA career. He has also had 6 pro boxing bouts. Says he has a boxer-wrestler base in mixed martial arts. Brown says that everything comes off of the jab. And everything apparently comes off of the correct walkout music. That's what he was waiting for. Brown wants to throw the jab, a lot of feints, a lot of head movement. He also said, I put a premium on footwork. Lateral movement, not just moving backwards and moving forwards.
And that's one thing you don't hear a lot from a lot of MMA guys. It's something we don't see enough is a lot of feints. That can make the difference in a fight line. You throw some feints, you get the guy reacting, you get him moving, you see what he's going to do when you throw a feint, and you can come back with a kick or a punch.
Brown said of his opponent in this fight, Brian Brooks, at the catch weight of 175 pounds, he really respects the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu of Brooks, but he said, I have belief in my own wrestling. I think I can negate what he does with submissions on the ground, and I'm going to win this fight on the feet. Brown said it's all about pressure in the stand-up, smart, consistent pressure, working to the puncher's pocket.
Well, what that tells me is having a wrestling background himself, he's going to try and keep it on his feet, just like he said, and when he's a better striker, he thinks.
And now let's welcome his opponent to the ring, Brian Bruce Brooks. Brian Brooks holds the rank of brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Feels that he has very good arm bars. He said he can hit him from the top and hit him from the bottom in a gi and in MMA trunks. Brooks also said that he feels that he is very strong for his weight and his size. He said, if this fight goes to the ground, Chris, I know I'm going to dominate Clarence Brown.
That's a big info right there. He says if he gets the fight to the ground, you can tell that's where he wants. He's talking about his arm bars, top, bottom. He doesn't care. Conversely, Clarence Brown's talking about his wrestling. He's going to use that to try and keep it on his feet. So we're going to have contrasting styles here. Whoever is able to get that, but this is probably going to win the fight.
In our fighter meeting yesterday, Brooks said of Brown, I know he has good boxing. I expect him to swing big early in this fight. I have to keep my composure. I can't get sucked into a brawl.
And that's 100% true. If he gets involved with the ball, he's probably going to get hit. He wants to try and keep that fight inside, keep it close, where the boxing can't come into play.
Brooks said, I'm all right for a slow start. I expect Brown to come out quickly. I want to gauge what he does early, start to build my strategy, read and react, and slowly turn up the pressure.
Well, Brian Brooks is older. He's 39 years old. Sometimes it takes a little bit more time for him to get going.
Our opening bout of the evening at the catch weight of 175 pounds, Brian Brooks versus Clarence Brown. Time now for the numbers.
Okay, what you see here, the big difference to me is the age. Everything else is pretty close right now, so we'll see if that age makes a difference in the fight.
Back we go to the outstanding Michael Vale. Let's get the action started. Our first bout is at a catch weight of 175 pounds and is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. The referee in charge, George Conley. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, official weight 173 1/2 pounds. He's a veteran of 4 professional bouts from Houston, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Clarence Brown. And now let's welcome his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, official weight 176 pounds. He is also a veteran of 4 professional bouts from Mayfield, Kentucky, let's welcome Brian Bruce Lee Brooks. I'm on Global USA 3 from downtown Paducah, Kentucky, set for our opening bout of the evening. Round number 1. Yellow trunks for Brian Brooks. Black trunks with the tiger print for Clarence Brown. Already, Chris, you see Brown loading up that right hand, dipping the shoulder.
Absolutely. You can tell what he's trying to land. He feels like if he can land that punch, it's going to end the night.
Walk down pressure early for Clarence Brown.
I noticed Clarence changing stances too. He's going from southpaw to right-handed.
Brooks on the inside kick, feinting with the body kick. Brown pulls out. Brown looking very confident in the stand-up. Working off of the double, then the triple jab. Left hook, that was quick.
He's looking relaxed.
Huge contrast in stances. Again, you can see Brown with that boxing pedigree again enters with a half a dozen pro boxing bouts. Showing the front shoulder. Contrast that with Brooks. That wide open stance, his chest square to the target.
Absolutely. You can tell he's looking to do more of a double leg shot as opposed to Brown. Brown is going to be able to slip punches and slide.
Another left hook for Clarence Brown. Brown slowly, methodically trying to work his way into the puncher's pocket. Here's the feint, the head movement, the roll. Swing and a miss with the left hook from Brian Brooks. Brooks has got to figure out a way to try and get this to the ground right now. He's not really engaging. He's defensive right now. He's counter punching a puncher. It's not a good plan right now. He's got to try and close the distance and get this fight to the ground. Right cross to the body for Brown. 3:25 remaining, round number 1. There's the jab from Brian Brooks. Still trying to find his offense. But again, he said, I fully expect to have a slow start. I want to figure out what Clarence Brown does, then turn up the pressure. I'm in no rush. And working off the jab, right hand just misses from Clarence Brown. Brown looks so poised in the stand-up.
He definitely looks very comfortable out there. He's doing exactly what he said he wanted to do. He's trying to keep the fight outside and land punches.
And the forward pressure, jumping left hook from Clarence Brown off the mark, but it took Brooks off his striking line. Outside kick.
And a lot of people might not like what Brian Brooks is doing right there. I mean, Clarence Brown, he's out there, he's putting his hands out. He's kind of engaging the guy. He's tempting him to engage in the striking contest right now. He feels like he's going to win now.
Shots back from Brooks. Almost a savant kick. Toes extended to the body of Brown, but still Brown comes forward after that flurry. Top of our broadcast here live worldwide on UFC Fight Pass, Chris. We talked about the dynamics of the M1 Global Ring Cage Hybrid. We're seeing the angles so different with this ring cage.
Absolutely. Like I said, it really hasn't came into play very much right now on the ground, but the stand-up is more of a boxing type of style, so it's been good for the stand-up fight.
With it being all stand-up, it's really just a traditional ring at this point. Exactly. You can see the angles and the turns.
I'm a little surprised right now that Brian Brooks is not trying to get this fight to the ground yet. He's really showed no initiative to try and take it down. He's trying to throw a lot of kicks, throwing some punches. No takedown attempts.
Cage hybrid, of course, as you note, the bottom rope, the fourth rope, there's the cage fencing that extends all the way to the base of the mat, so you can't shrimp out and under.
Yeah, like we talked about earlier, I've been involved with many fights where you start to go out of bounds, they tell you to come back in, you might have a guillotine attempt, and all of a sudden you're back in, the guy's out of it. You know, it doesn't translate over very well because you have to restart. You can't restart that position the way it was when you were over the side.
You and I are old enough and hardcore enough to remember the rope escapes from promotions like Rings and Pancrase in Japan.
Yeah, it's very similar to pro wrestling. You get caught in a submission, you grab the ropes, and they start you back in the middle.
See the playfulness now of Brown. 50 seconds remaining, round number 1. It's a big round in terms of positional dominance for Brown, but not really offensive dominance. Counter left hand from Brooks.
Yeah, I'd say he's winning the fight, but he's not dominating the way he should be. He's in his element right now.
Brown now inviting Brooks back to the center of the ring. Nothing on that kick from Brian Brooks. That's a clever combination. That's a real boxer's combination. Lead left hook to the head, then the body.
Yeah, that left hand on the body could be a very devastating punch.
Overhand right, misses from Brian Brooks. More forward pressure from Clarence Brown. Seeing things going his way here in round number 1. Good left hand from Brooks. That's the end of round 1.
Definitely not what I expected to see in round 1. I expected to see Brooks definitely trying to get the ground a little quicker. It didn't happen like that. Maybe he was trying to set him up for the next round. Here we see a few kicks being landed, a few punches being thrown. I thought it was a pretty good round for both guys. I definitely think Clarence Brown won that round right there.
Later tonight, it's our main event in the heavyweight division. 23-win DJ Linderman versus 63-win Tony Lopez.
So as the corner right now, I'm probably telling Clarence Brown, good job, do the same thing. Keep moving, land better punches in there. Don't let Brian Brooks try to get you to the ground. And as I'm on Brooks' corner, I'm telling you, you got to do something different right there. You're going to lose this fight at this pace. You need to do something. Try and get him to the ground if there's takedown or pull guard.
Set for round number 2. We're at the catch weight of 175 pounds. Brian Brooks versus Clarence Brown. M1 Global USA 3 live tonight across the United States, Canada, and worldwide on UFC Fight Pass. Sporting touch of hands, round number 2. Feet from Brooks, nothing there. Throws the head kick, that's definitely blocked by Brown. Tonight's judges, signed by the Kentucky Commission. Full unified rules, but they are using the new 2019 grounded fighter rule. So that's 1 hand down, not 2, which is the 2016 rule, but it's a full fist or palm, which is not like the 2001 rule, nor is it like the Nevada rule, Chris. Yes, there are actually 4 different grounded fighter rules floating around the United States.
Yeah, it's always good to see which one you're going to use. You kind of got to figure out, hold on, my hand was down. No, is this my finger? Is he allowed to kick me or not?
Much to my chagrin.
Well, luckily the referees and judges, they go over that beforehand. They talk to the fighters. The referees make sure they know exactly what they can and can't do.
And forward pressure from Clarence Brown. Referee George Conley doing a nice job letting this fight flow. It's been 100% stand-up thus far. And again, keep in mind, Brooks, brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, felt that he would win this fight on the ground, but it's largely been Brooks backpedaling on his fight. Not much on that kick, just a turn over the overhand right. Outside kick from Brown. To the ground we go, and falling right into the rear naked choke.
He's got that in there very deep. He's doing the right thing. He's got to pull that right hand out if he wants to have any chance of getting out of this.
Both hooks in. Brooks trying to peel.
He's got it in very. If he can flatten him out, if he can flatten him out, that could be the end of the night right there.
Referee George Conley taking a really close look. There's the top, and there's the win for Clarence Brown.
Not at all what I expected to have happen. I thought he could either win by knockout or lose by armbar.
Clarence Brown using his boxing acumen to set up the submission finish and sink on the rear naked choke to defeat the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt Brian Brooks.
You know what's funny? A lot of times people say, what do you do when you get caught? The guy's got both hooks in and rear naked choke. I say, you got to tap out. There's something you can do in that situation.
You can see Brooks was peeling. He was turning. Brown, very nice technique to get that finish.
Well, like I said, it sounds good. There's a lot of things you can try to do, but when it's caught in there and it's really deep, there's really not much you can do. Okay, here we got there. Just turned his back, and that's why they say never turn your back to a guy who's throwing punches. He turned his back. He got caught in the choke right away.
Almost surreal in that ending sequence. Brooks turned, went down, and very nearly, quite literally, fell into the rear naked choke, locked on immediately by Clarence Brown. Here's Michael Vale. Ladies and gentlemen, this bout ends at 1 minute 54 seconds of round number 2. Referee George Conley stops this bout for your winner by tap out.